Oh man, it's great to have you. Where do we find you right now?
I'm in Huntington Beach, California.
What a dream. What a dream. We're on a beach of sorts, I suppose. We're on the Gold Coast here. So it's kind of Huntington Beach-esque, I suppose. The
Well, it's still the Pacific Ocean, right?
I guess so. Just like we get a different sunrise and sunset. The only thing I know about Huntington Beach, and James is gonna make
Oh
a face,
no.
is who's the Huntington Beach bad boy, the UFC fighter? What's his name? I don't know if he's
Oh,
is it BJ Penn? Is that
no, it's
Tito Ortiz?
Tito.
Tito Ortiz. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I always bring that up anytime anyone says Huntington Beach, and James gets the shits. But anyway, we're not
I
here to
don't
talk.
know if he lives there anymore. I don't know. Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, how is life in California at the moment? It's obviously been a pretty hectic couple of months. Like you and your family and everyone safe and fine?
Oh yeah. I mean, we're about 40 miles south, I think, of Los Angeles, maybe 50. But so, and any craziness that was going on, we are far away from it. So, but it is, I mean, it's tragic when things like that happen, of course.
Mm.
But yeah, we're good.
No, that's good to hear. Hey, you're heading back down under very, very shortly, and you weren't here too long ago. Um, you guys obviously don't mind making the travel over to Australia to play shows.
Oh, we love it. I mean, Australia is one of our favorite places ever, and the shows are insane, and it feels like a second home. Like all of Australia feels like Southern California. It's very similar, and so we love it. I mean, the only thing that's rough is the travel, but we do the best we can with that for sure. We've kind of got that wired.
Yeah, a bunch of dates that you guys are playing, a bunch of which are sold out, which is amazing. And I guess that stands to reason. The Australian crowds love you guys. I mean, it's going to be an absolute belter of a tour. I mean, two of the greatest to ever do it in the scene. So, it's going to be huge energy. Did you play with Millen down under before? I feel like I might have seen that. Maybe it was a Soundwave bill or something that might have had the two of you on there.
We might have done that on Soundwave, but some of the Soundwave stuff is like you don't even see the other bands
Yeah.
because you're playing on a different day. So, but we have over the years we've played with them quite a few times, and we know them, and they're awesome, awesome guys. They write great songs. They're a great band, great live band. So we're really excited to play with them. It feels like a perfect combination, and I think the ticket sales have proven that because I've heard that the tickets are selling really good
Yeah,
and
man. Bunch of sellouts, which is exactly what you want to see. And it's a different time over here in Australia. I mean, things are changing in the way that live music is going. There seems to be almost a shift away. It's funny you bring up Soundwave because that's one of our, I guess, our vintage rock and metal festivals that no longer exists in the country. And we are seemingly moving away from a bit of a festival culture here and going more towards seeing two bands that you love in one night. I don't know if you found like a similar thing over in the US where I mean, Coachella has moved completely away from virtually any music that you would ever want to listen to. That's one of the festivals that we really see over here. But I don't know whether there's just more people in the US, so you can still facilitate festival culture. But yeah, here it's getting more about like the two band co-headline live gig. It seems to be where it's headed.
yeah, the festival thing didn't really was never a big thing in the US until probably the last, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. And then you would have like one day festivals. I think even Coachella might have started like that was one day. So you'd have these big shows. So there's still like the whole festival thing still seems to be something here. We play a big festival show called Punk in the Park. We're also going to do some Warp Tour shows.
True.
So yeah, that's still going good here.
Mm. Yeah, nice.
I recently so I moved out of home 10, 15 years ago now, and I went back for a trip down a couple of years ago, and I actually brought back a bunch of CDs with me that I've been playing here in the office, and one of them was Pennywise from the Ashes, and it comes with the DVD attached to it. And
Oh, that.
yeah, I banged that in the other day, and one thing I remember from when I was about 13 listening to that album was obviously you guys got up to a bunch of I don't know, tomfoolery and fun back in the day, and there was a BB gun involved. And I'm just wondering how the poor person who ended up with all these BB gun bullets in their back has fared.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what's funny? So we were in Japan when that happened. There was we went down to this area that had BB guns, and I told Fletcher, I go, if you buy one of those fucking guns, I'm going home. You know, fuck you, because I don't trust you.
Mm.
And so oh, he bought one anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was pissed off, and then I thought, well, it's gonna happen. So I just went over to his room, and I said, all right, fuck you. Shoot me with it, right? And then so then that whole idea got in our head. So that night we were drinking and we started talking about shooting each other. And I said, I'll do it uh, if I shoot you first. And so I shot him. I shot him in the back too, and he was screaming like a baby. He was so he was screaming like a baby. But then when I got shot, somehow when the video came out, he was like, "Oh, the footage of me getting shot got lost."
Ah,
Yeah.
So,
Right. Yeah.
of course, right. So yeah, that happened. That was that was fun. There's a certain there's a certain about amount of like when I got into punk rock, there was a lot of doing stupid things. So I got into punk rock in like 1979, and it was just all about just being a moron.
Mm.
And if you could be a moron and survive it, then everyone thought you were cool. And somehow, I guess I got a thick skull because I was able to do a lot of dumb stuff and and survive it. So whatever, that was fun. It's a funny moment. I really thought those BBs were stuck in my skin though, because I like
they looked well embedded in the video.
yeah, I thought I was surprised that they didn't yeah, go in and become part of me. But nah, it all healed up and it was fine. But I don't drink anymore. So there, I had to leave that kind of stuff behind. So,
Yeah.
and I
There's,
don't plan on doing that anytime soon, that's for sure.
there's definitely an intrinsic link between alcohol consumption and BB gun wounds. That you have to recognize that.
I mean, it sounds fun. Like when you bring it up, like I'm like, oh, maybe I should start drinking again.
I don't want to be the enabler in this situation. I love how this started off with like someone else bought a gun and you're like, no way, I'm out of here. But then it quickly turned into you coming up with the idea of what to do with it.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like yeah, I guess you have to have a certain amount of irrationality to spend 30 years touring with Pennywise.
Mm. Yeah, plenty of stories in the line as well. And I guess like it goes like you said. I mean, you got into punk rock music and it was all about, I guess, surviving the chaos and the mischief that comes along with it. I mean, I think that it's another intrinsic link that you'd have to say between the music that you guys made and the culture that sort of spawned from it. And when Jackass and those sorts of movies and came out, and what was the other, the Dudesons and all those kind of shows, which were probably the Dudesons and Millencolin probably actually had a strong link as well because I think they were both Swedish. But it just like that whole culture of just doing crazy shit, getting away with it, having the music in the background. Like, did you ever have anything to do with any of those guys in that kind of up and coming scene when Jackass started hitting it off?
Well, Fletcher did. Fletcher knew all those guys, and so he had a connection with them. And also there was a TV show um, that they would do. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, Fletcher, of course, Fletcher has to be involved in that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But not me. Now, my only involvement is second hand or actually first hand with Fletcher himself. And so it's he likes to I don't know, I guess he likes to get into some mischief. So I've but yeah, as far as those shows go, Fletcher knew them, but I didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, your tour starts in just under 10 days. Are you spending a bit of time down here in Australia, or is it you're just coming in for the shows and not have much time to absorb the scenery a little bit?
Yeah, I think we get in there and have a day off and then we start doing the shows. But I mean, we love Australia. Been down, been there so many times and so seen I've seen a lot of the country and I love it. So if whenever we get a chance to get out, I don't know, I don't have anything planned, but you know, it's just nice being down there. So
I mean, you
But
guys love it. You covered one of our more iconic songs
Yeah.
fairly recently.
Land Down Under.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a great song. It's fun to play. Uh, Seemed like a good homage to a place that has treated us so well,
Hmm.
and it feels like like a second home. So yeah, it's just I think Jim came up with the idea to do that, and we were all like, hell yeah, let's do that, and it's fun to play.
Yeah. Any sort of, I guess, sneak peeks, previews of things that people can expect on the tour? I mean, I don't know if you want to give anything away before you get actually here, but I don't know if you. I mean, obviously no BB guns on stage, but any sort of back catalog gear, maybe some lesser heard things for the tour.
Yeah, we're trying to work in some of those songs that we don't play as often and try so we've been rehearsing and trying to think what will fit in the set well and keep the energy up and and people want to hear. So hopefully we get a good handful of those and present them. So
Hmm.
that's what I'm looking for. But all we just want to go out and have a great time and have have the fans have a great time and have the energy be up, because that's what makes a Pennywise show is like, it's just like the energy from, everyone in the room, So as long as we keep that going, it's going to be awesome.
That's totally fair. And just a quick one as well. I don't know if you caught the news recently where Jack White was doing a bit of an interview talking about set times. People spoke to him about, I don't even know how it got brought up, but he basically said, it doesn't matter if I play for 15 minutes or half an hour or an hour and a half, that the set time doesn't mean anything. I've seen some of my best shows in my life have been 20 minutes long. Do you think that, like, before you go on tour, do you think that there's a responsibility for bands to play for like an hour as a headliner? Is that something that you guys ever think about? Because obviously, punk songs are short, notoriously.
Yeah, I mean, usually our set's around an hour, and that feels about right. I mean, you want it to be an event. So, people want to go, they don't want to go do everything they have to do to go out to just have it be over in 15 minutes. So if you play too long, there might be, a little lull in the middle. I think you can play too long for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
But for us, we're around, I think the longest that we play is an hour and a half, but we're, you know, in that hour zone. And I think that's great, especially because if you add up the amount of times that Byron hits the snare, that, I mean, then it would be like three Pink Floyd shows
Yeah.
that we,
Yeah.
you know, we could do 9 hours of Pink Floyd in 1 hour with Pennywise. So,
Well, there you go. There's your quote. That's like if you're trying to convert metric to imperial, there's a nine hours of Pink Floyd.
yeah.
I'll write that down on a chart somewhere.
Oh, mate, we can't wait to have you. And tickets are, if not sold out, very, very close to selling out. They are selling fast, so get them through destroyallines.com. Pennywise and Millencolin kicking things off in Wollongong, of all places. So playing a couple of sort of rural regional shows. There's still tickets available for the Sunny Coast and the Brizzy shows as well. But are you going to get the chance to see some areas of Australia you haven't seen on this tour, or have you basically covered all the ground at this point?
I think, well, I feel like we've covered it all, but I haven't been in the middle with all the snakes and
No one
spiders
can
and
say,
stuff.
don't worry about it.
So yeah, I don't see myself going there this time either.
Yeah, well, we might find you the contact person for the director of tourism in Australia, and you can work out some sort of regional specialized gig in the center of Australia. We can see what we can tee up for you.
Like 3 weeks barefoot in the outback.
Yeah, what a dream! I'm sure that Fletcher'd have some fun with that.
Mate, we really appreciate your time and we look forward to these shows immensely. Tickets available through destroyallines.com. Randy, thanks so much for your time, mate. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Nice talking to you.
Hey, enjoy your time down under, man.
Okay, thanks.